aging naturally, and then aging in an unnatural manner. Now, of course, there's things that add to the aging process or the lack thereof. Why do I say aging naturally and unnaturally? I should have said aging naturally, unnaturally, and then spiritual, right? Aging is a choice, it's a mindset. The mind controls the aging process. That's a natural process. When you have an understanding of yourself and have your mind and how your body works, aging becomes a choice. It becomes a mindset. So if you're gonna wake up every day and say, "Oh well, I got a wrinkle, I'm old. Oh, there's a stretch mark over here, I'm falling apart. Oh my goodness, I have a blemish. Oh my goodness, I have some puffiness under my eyes. I'm aging." Are you aging, or are you telling yourself that you're aging? There's never a day in my life that I sat here and told myself that I'm aging. I don't even keep up with my own birthday because, as far as I'm concerned, aging is a natural process and it starts in your mind. Unnaturally aging is a whole nother story where you have people with power that want to control. Hi, Douglas. People who want to control that aspect of your mind and your thought process. So let's say I'm regular today. Yes, I'm lower than everybody else, but I'm regular today. I'm not even matching today. None of that. You go and let's see you watching a TV show, looking at a magazine on YouTube. Everybody looks a particular way. And your mind is a trick. It will trick you into believing that you're older than you're aging faster than what you are, or you're aging. None of that affects me. First off, it can't, because first you're comfortable with thyself. So anything that you choose to upgrade on yourself, why not? That's your right and that's your choice, and there's nothing wrong with that, and that's all fine and well. Do that. But be comfortable with thyself so that you're not doing it because you feel like, oh, I'm aging. You're aging. No. Aging is a mind thing. And when the mind, or when you believe that you age, the mind believes that you age, and then the body begins to do so. And it's just that simple. This is how people live for a long time. It's a mindset, it's an understanding. It has nothing to do with your maturity or your ability to be mature and be responsible and be an adult. This has everything to do with your mindset and how you program your mind. My mind is programmed that regardless of the fact I'm going to still have nice skin because I said so. My mind knows that. My mind understands that if my hair breaks off, whether I bleach it or something else is going on, that it's going to go back 3 times thicker because I said so, and I've been saying so, and it's been said so, and I have ancestors that said that it's so, and so that it's so. And this is what we have to understand. So now when we go through this the unnatural concept where technology is being used, brainwashing is being used, visuals is being used, audio is being used, it tricks the mind or tricks the person into believing that they aging faster than what they are. It's not so. Now, spiritually, if you want to talk about the spiritual aspects of aging, there are people that do use spirituality for beauty and this, that, and the third, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do that. That's between you, this, who you dealing with, and your own self. There's nothing wrong with that. Once again, like I said in the previous video, the problem becomes when one tries to morph into another. No. If you're going to deal with spirituality and deal with beauty, let's say Oshun, deal with thyself. Talk to Oshun about your hair. Talk to Oshun about your body. And then you deal with Oshun. That's the spiritual aspect. Now, when you have things beyond you that understand that you know how to program your mind naturally, you know how to deal with the elements naturally, then you have these individuals who have power, who deal with technology, who want to control that. And so the mind gets tricked out of order. You're not going to trick me out of order. That's why I can feel comfortable and not do my eyebrows for a long period of time. You know why? Because you're not going to trick me out of order. You're not going to trick me into plucking my eyebrows until the joints don't grow back. You're just not going to trick me into that. Not saying that there's anything wrong with people who like to do their eyebrows and, put makeup on their eyebrows and draw their eyebrows on. And when I make a mistake, I'll throw something on there, but you're not going to trick me into plucking the hell out of my eyebrows until they just choose not to grow back on their own. You're not going to do that. You're not. You're not going to trick me into, you know, any of those things. You're not going to trick me into believing that, oh, my hair can't grow as long as I want it to. See, there was a time period when I was younger, like in my 20s, right? Where, not even realizing it, but what I would do was my hair would grow to a certain length and I would cut it. And then somewhere in there, I had told myself that my hair don't grow past there. And I knew, and eventually I realized that no, silly, you keep cutting your hair when it gets to a certain length because you don't want to be bothered with it. And now you done lied and told yourself that it ain't. And so it didn't. And so I had to work that out. Right? It's just that simple. It's really that simple. It has nothing to do with refusing to grow or refusing to mature. It has everything to do with knowing how to control your mind and understanding that even in the trickery of it all, when you're not focused on that, then, for those who are aware, then your dad's going to be focused on that. I deviate, eat what I want sometime to a degree, right? But when the body starts to show the effects of it, I know, all right, you don't went too far. For instance, if I go too long without drinking water, I know that I'm not a big fan of water without putting something in it. I know to check my urine to see how concentrated it is. This is normal stuff. You know when your diet is poor, when you go to do number 2 and you blew the bathroom out of proportion. That means you eating too much garbage and the body has to move too much garbage out. You shouldn't smell nothing. This is things that people don't know. And people tend to associate weight or body weight with how healthy you are. When there's people that's my size, that's way healthier than people who are heavier, and vice versa. So again, this is about the mindset. Period. Do you still have to do things to get it done? To maintain. Of course, you have to do things to maintain yourself. That's just a natural thing. For instance, I have my spurts. I work out a little bit. Most of the time, I like resistance training. But when I don't want to, then it's just stretching. Something as simple as that. Stand in the kitchen, be bored, stretch. Walk down the block to the park, stretch. It's simple things. Keeping your joints flexible. I could comfortably state my age. My mind respects what I said, though. My mind respects that I said I'm going to age how I choose to age. It's a personal preference. It's a program. It's a self-program. Everything is a self-program. Even in changing environments, right? That's even a program. Oh, you was over here. This was that way. Now you over here. This is that way. People like to, determine their stress levels on these things. I don't determine my stress levels on those things. What I do pay attention to is when I did process stress, what part of my body bothered me the most, and that's the part of the body that I focus on a lot. That's a true story. I noticed that when I was younger, if I was frustrated or aggravated or angry, that it got processed in my belly. I don't do that anymore. Now, if I feel some type of way, my belly throws off, I just stop eating for a minute. Some people, they get stressed, they binge eat. Me, I do the opposite. I just flush out. That way, I'm not holding that type of tension in my belly. Period. There's a lot of trickery that goes on. I'm not with it. There's a lot of trickery. There's a lot of people with power, who have the power to trick the mind or trick others' minds. You're not tricking me. And so no one else should be tricked. Every day when you wake up, every day is your birthday, so you don't have to worry about that. Outside of that, every day when you wake up, know that you determine how you age. You determine how your skin gonna be. You determine how your body gonna feel. Nobody else is gonna do that. I don't care. You can look at everything outside of yourself. You can't do that with me. And you shouldn't be, nobody should be able to do that with you. Nobody should be able to play with you like that. Even in your mindset, even that, your mindset, certain things that you think about, certain ways that you see things, certain ways that you view things, right? And somebody's gonna say it was outdated. And then they tell you their mindset, and you still gonna find the quote unquote so-called outdated mindset embedded in theirs without them even knowing. So who's outdated? It's just a thought process, a way of thinking, a way of how you feel, how you see. Anyway, random thought. Deuces.